Most people never get taught how to believe in themselves, make good decisions, or handle pressure. That's what this show is about. My name's Lawrence. I'm a speaker and author who works with high school and college students. On this podcast, we talk about confidence, improving your decision-making skills, and how young people can take control of their future. You'll hear real stories, honest conversations, and practical ideas that actually help. And if you're an educator, youth leader, or someone who works with students, this show will give you insights into what young people really are going through today. With that said, let's begin the episode you came here for. Don't tell me who you are. Show me who you are. In life, we set these goals. We say things like, I want to get into college. I want to get straight A's. I want to get that girlfriend or boyfriend. I want to lose this weight. I want to build this muscle. I want to start that business. I want to get my first job. We say these things. We tell people. We tell ourselves. But when are you going to stop telling and when are you going to start showing? When are you going to start showing up on the days when you might be tired, but you said, I'm going to do it? When are you going to start showing up for yourself? When are you going to start showing up for those commitments? When are you going to start doing the work, even when it might be hard? That we're going to talk about on today's episode. For those who are new, my name is Lawrence Harris. I'm a public speaker. I also am an author. I help teens and young adults overcome challenges, build confidence, and ultimately create the life of their dreams. And as I was on the train earlier today, it was about 5 p.m. and I was home most of the day, cleaning up the house and doing various things there. And I could have just said, I'll wait until tomorrow. It's already kind of late in the day. I could just do it tomorrow. But that's not true. We say things like, yeah, I could do it tomorrow, and yeah, I could. But you have to keep your word to yourself. It's like having a friend who says one thing, but when it's time to do it, when it's time to show up, when it's time to put in the work, they don't show up. It's like going on a date with somebody and they don't show up. You know how it's kind of disrespectful to yourself to not keep your word to yourself. And I understand that there are times in life when we may genuinely be tired. There are times in life when we may be really frustrated and angry and burnt out, and we need to take a day off. That's okay. But you have to be honest with yourself. It's really easy for us to make the excuse of, I just don't feel like it. I'll wait until the right time. But your goals, the thing that you really say you care about, get in that dream body. Get in that relationship, waking up, feeling loved, feeling confident, feeling proud of yourself. The sense of achievement when you get that acceptance letter, the joy, the excitement on the other side of that goal, it doesn't care about how you feel. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't care if you say, I don't feel like it today. Well, are you going to do the work or not? And like I said, you have to be honest with yourself because we need to take time to have a break. We need to take time to let our body cool off and rest and all these things. But we can't make excuses. We can't make excuses and say, I'm not going to go to the gym today because I just don't feel like it. Well, are you in pain? No, but I just don't feel like it. Okay, you can take a day off, but be aware, it's really easy for one day to turn into 2, to turn into 3, and then 5, and then you look up and a whole week has gone by, and you just kept pushing it off. You kept saying, I'll get to it later. And then later turns into tomorrow. I'll get to it later. And then tomorrow turns into next week. And I'll get to it later. And next week turns into next year, into never. That's why we have so many people who every single year, they have the exact same New Year's resolution. This is the year I'm getting that, I'm making more money. This is the year I'm improving my health. This is the year that I'm going to do it. But you said that last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. and the year before that. And if you're not able to stay committed to your own word, if you're not able to stay committed to what you say that you will do, how do you expect to be committed in a relationship? How do you expect to be committed in a job? How do you expect to be committed in a business? How do you expect to be committed to anything if you're not committed to yourself? Because the most important relationship that you have, the first relationship that you have, is the relationship with yourself. When you wake up with yourself. When you set those goals, for me, I write down what I have planned the next day. I physically write it down on a whiteboard. And I write it down, and at the end of the day, I gotta look at it, and I gotta be honest. Did I do what I said I was gonna do? Well, nobody's gonna know. Yeah, nobody else is gonna know if you don't do it, but you'll know. And you can't keep lying to yourself. We spend a lot of life lying to ourselves, saying we'll do something, but not doing it. And over time, we start to have trust issues, not with other people, but with ourselves. Because if you can't trust what you say, you're going to have a much harder time trusting other people. But even deeper than that is other people have a hard time trusting you because you don't even keep your word to yourself. And I understand that can be hard. I understand that there are times we're frustrated. But the key message is you got to do it. The first day is going to be hard. When you feel that resistance come up, when you feel that I can push it off until later, you got to catch it. When you feel that I don't feel like it, you got to catch it. And you have to say, I'm doing it regardless of how I may feel right now, regardless of if the time is right or if the time is wrong, I'm doing it. Because the only time that's guaranteed is right now. We don't know if we're going to wake up tomorrow. It's not guaranteed. But it's guaranteed that you have this moment. It's guaranteed that you can do something where you are with what you've got. But Lars, I don't have the best camera equipment. Neither did I. When I first started making YouTube videos and content and podcasts and all that stuff, I didn't have the best camera equipment. All I had was an iPhone, and I just hit record, and I started working. And over time, I figured a little bit out, got better. And one day turned into Tuesday, and then 2 days turned into weeks, and then weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. Bada bing, bada boom, here I am. And the same thing can happen for you too. We look at so many people who have achieved these phenomenal things, and we say, they probably had it easy. No, they didn't. They just stayed committed. They just kept doing what was necessary. Oprah Winfrey is a great example. She grew up in severe poverty, terrible childhood, ran away from home, and now she's a multi-billionaire because she did what was necessary. And yes, when people say things like, oh, that person probably got lucky. Yeah, some people do. Some people get lucky, but the more you do it, the more lucky your chances become. If you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the work, the chance that you become quote unquote lucky becomes higher. And it's not even just about luck. It's about understanding that you got to stay committed. You got to stay committed to yourself. You got to stay committed to that dream. You got to stay committed to the process. It's like a marriage. You might be married to somebody for 15, 20, 25 years, and people see that and they're like, oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful long marriage. But during those 25 years, y'all had some arguments. Y'all had some time when things weren't going perfect. Y'all had some time when y'all had to have tough conversations. Y'all had to have some times when, this person really getting on my nerves, but I'm staying committed. I'm with them till death do we part. You got to have that mentality when it comes to your goals. Till death do we part. And understanding that, yes, there are moments where you might decide to change your mind and do a different thing. Like you might have been working on one idea and then you decide, I'm going to do something else. You can do that. You just have to really be aware of, okay, do I really want to change it? Or is it that I've lost passion for this? Is it, like, you have to be honest with yourself. And that's something that is really, really important. I'm going to do a podcast episode on that in the future. Being honest with yourself. If we keep hopping from one thing to the next thing and not being committed to our goals, how do you expect to accomplish anything? How do you expect to get that dream body if you're changing your workout program every single week? How do you expect to get that relationship if you're meeting one person and then the next person, then the next person, and the next person, and not really committing to anyone or anything? When I'm writing books, that's a process that takes a long time. There are plenty of moments when I write and I'm thinking like, man, do I even still want to put this book out there? But I catch myself and I realize that, no, Lawrence, that's just the part of you that doesn't want to do the work. That's the part of you that is feeling resistance. And sometimes that resistance is actually a sign that you're on the right path. Because it's hard to explain this, but on the other side of all the work that you don't want to do right now, is the life you want. Going to the gym, not very comfortable, not very enjoyable, not a very fun thing, but the rewards are worth it. But you have to learn to enjoy the process. You got to stay committed to it. On the hard days, you got to stay committed. On the easy days, you stay committed. On the day when you get that reward and that trophy, you stay committed. A lot of people, what happens is we get the thing we want. We get that trophy. We get that relationship. We get that dream body. We get into college, whatever it is. But then we stop doing the thing that got us it. We stop being romantic to our partner, for example. We stop going to the gym after we get the dream body. We stop it because we're like, oh, I'm here now, but you're not supposed to be committed to getting the goal. You have to be committed to the process, because the process is what allows you to get it, allows you to keep it, and allows you to multiply it. Put simply, stay committed. Even on the day when you might feel like giving up, you got to recommit. On the day when you feel tired, recommit. On the day when you don't feel like it, recommit. Because by being committed to the goal, by being committed to the process, you guarantee it will work, given enough time, given enough energy, and given enough adaptability. Because maybe the thing that you're doing, the goal that you're trying to get, maybe you just need to tweak a few things. And if you stay committed for a long enough amount of time, you'll figure out the process. You'll figure out that, okay, what I was doing at first wasn't working, but then you find something that does. Stay committed. Don't give up. Don't give up on those dreams, even if you might be a bit tired. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the podcast. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching, you can find the links for that below, as well as my books. And if you're interested in booking me as a podcast guest or potentially discussing bringing me in to speak at your school or organization, you can find the information for that below as well. Have a good one.